students, this is N. Srinivas Rao. Today I would like to explain CA Foundation final exam statistics question papers with solutions. Before that, in this paper 3, in statistics part they given 40 questions. I will give weightage for each chapter. Total in statistics 9 chapters are there. In that, the very first chapter is measures of central tendency. In recent final examination, they given 10 questions from this chapter. The more weightage is given for measures of central tendency. Out of 40 questions, they given 10 questions in measures of central tendency only. The next chapter is measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion, only one question is given. Next, correlation, only one question is given. Regression, 3 questions are given. Index numbers, 5 questions are given. Statistical description of data, 7 questions are given. Probability, 4 questions are given. Random variables, 4 questions are given. And theoretical distributions, 5 questions are given. So all together total 40 questions are given. ఇందులో మనం ఫస్ట్ మెజర్స్ ఆఫ్ సెంట్రల్ టెండెన్సీ చాప్టర్ డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. మెజర్స్ ఆఫ్ సెంట్రల్ టెండెన్సీ చాప్టర్ వైజ్ బిట్స్ డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. సో ఇన్ దట్ మెజర్స్ ఆఫ్ సెంట్రల్ టెండెన్సీ ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ మెజర్స్ ఆఫ్ సెంట్రల్ టెండెన్సీ ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. ఇఫ్ దేర్ ఆర్ 3 observations 15, 20, 25, then the sum of deviation of the observations from their arithmetic mean is, that is the given question. The given options are option A 0, option B 5, option C -5, and option D is 10. So this is the given question, and this is direct question is given. This question in our material, in Srimedha material, page number 1.12, page number 1.12, problem number 10, direct question is given without changing any single observation. Direct as this question is given. So in our material, page number 1.12, problem number 10, that is first question in measures of central tendency. So that question is, if there are 3 observations, what are the given observations? So given observations means X, they given 3 observations. The 3 observations are 15, 20, 25. Then the sum of deviation of the observations from their arithmetic mean. So first of all, what is the average of these 3 observations? So first we calculate summation x value. That summation x means total. Its total value is 60. Then average value x bar is equal to 60 by 3, that is 20. Next, calculate deviation of observations from its arithmetic mean. That means x minus x bar. X minus x bar, we calculated x bar is 20. So that means x minus 20. So x is 15 and x bar is 20. 15 minus 20 minus 5. 20 minus 20, 0. 25 minus 25. Now its total value. So summation x minus x bar is equal to 0. So the sum of deviation of observations from its arithmetic mean are always 0. So that's why for this problem the correct answer is 0. Correct option is A. Correct option is A. So correct option is A. First problem, the correct option is A. Now the second question, second problem. This problem is related to relationship between arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. The second question is related to AM, relationship between AM, GM, and HM. And this question in our material, Srimedha material, page number 1.27, page number 1.27, problem number 74, problem number 74, page number 1.27, problem number 74. But this is not direct problem, but this is similar problem. Problem number 74, similar question is given. Direct question is not given, but similar question. So what is the given question? If the arithmetic mean and geometric mean for 10 observations are both 15, and AM is 15 and GM is 15, 10 observations AM is 15, 10 observations GM is 15, then what is the value of HM? The given options are option A less than 15, option B more than 15, option C 15, option D cannot be determined. So what is the given data? So in problem number 2, for 10 observations, arithmetic mean is given. For 10 observations, arithmetic mean is 15. And geometric mean is given. Geometric mean are also 15. Then what is harmonic mean? What is harmonic mean? And we know that first of all, what is the relation? What is the relationship between AM and GM and HM? We know that GM square is equal to AM into HM. GM square is equal to AM into HM. Here GM is given 15 and AM is given 15. So GM square means 225 and AM is 15 and HM. Now HM is equal to 225 by 15. 225 by 15 means 15. So HM value is 15. Then correct option is C. Correct option is C. For this question, the correct option is C. Clear? So the third problem, and this problem is related to, combined arithmetic mean. So this third problem, in our material, in Srimeda material, page number 1.10, problem number 29. Problem number 29. So problem number 29 direct question ivalledu, but similar question is given. And this third question is related to page number 1.10, problem number 29, similar question is given. So what is a given problem? If the average mark for a group of 30 girls is 80 and a group of boys is 70 and combined average is 76, then how many are in the boys group? That is the question. And the given options are option A 21, option B 20, option C 22 and option D 19. So first of all, what is the given data? So here the two groups are given. The first group is related to girls and second group is related to boys. So first group related to girls. So first group, how many girls are given? 30 girls. So N1 is 30. And this 30 girls, average marks are given. Average marks means X bar 1. X bar 1 is 80. And the second group is related to boys. And the second group, boys, a number of boys are not given. N2 value is not given. N2 is not given. And the second group, average marks are given. X bar 2. X bar 2 is given, that is 70. And combined average are also given. Combined average means what? X bar 1 2. X bar 1 2 is given, that is 76. Then what we have to calculate? Number of boys in the group. The first group related to girls, number of girls 30, average marks 80. Second group is related to boys, and that number of boys, second group number of boys are not given, and this boys average marks are given, that is 70, and combined average are also given 76. And what we have to calculate? Number of boys in the group, and to find out shall. And we know that, what is the formula? This data is related to combined arithmetic mean, and we know that combined arithmetic mean formula x bar 1 2 is equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar by n1 plus n2. The x bar 1 2 value is given, that is 76. 76 is equal to n1 is 30 and x1 bar is 80 plus n2 is not given and x2 bar is given 70 by n1 plus n2. n1 plus n2 means 30 plus n1. 30 plus n1. The cross multiply చేయండి. 36 into 36 into 70. 36 into 70. Its value is 2520 plus 76. If you cross multiply this one, 76 into 36, 76 into 30, its value is 2520 plus 76 n1 is equal to 30 into 80, 2400 plus 70 n2, 70 n2. Now simplify this one. 2520 minus 2400, that is 120, is equal to 76 n1. Sorry, this is n2. This is n2. n2. 76 minus 70, that is 6 n2. Now n2 is equal to 120 by 6. Its value is 20. Its value is 20. Then correct option for this problem, the correct option is B. Correct option is B. Correct option is B. Clear? Now next fourth one. Fourth question or fourth problem. This fourth one is related to property of geometric mean. Property of geometric mean. And we know that geometric mean of product of two observations and a geometric mean of x into y is equal to geometric mean of x into geometric mean of y. Based on this property, they given one question. So what is the given question? If two variables A and B, if two variables A and B are related by, if two variables A and B are related by, C is equal to A into B. Two variables A and B are related by, C is equal to AB, and GM, and what is the GM of C? The GM of C is equal to, what is GM of C? GM of C. So GM of C means GM of A into GM of B. GM of C means GM of AB. GM of AB means GM of A into GM of B. That means the geometric mean of product of two observations is equal to product of their individual geometric means. So the geometric mean of product of two observations is equal to product of their individual geometric mean. Already we related question one material undandi. So in our this question is related to. So in our material page number 1.26 and problem number 68. Problem number 68. This is also related question. Clear? So finally, what is the correct option for this fourth one? The correct option is B. Correct option is B. Correct option is B. Next one. Now fifth one. Fifth question. This question is related to relationship between mean, median, mode. This question is related to relationship between mean, median, mode. So what is the given question? Now this question is related to mean, median, mode. So in this question in our material page number 1.13, page number 1.13, problem number 58, problem number 58, but not exactly direct question. This is also similar question. And exact again numbers ivaledandi, koncham change chesadu question. Sir, what is the given question? For a moderately skewed distribution, the median is twice the mean. Then mode is dash times the median. Then median is dash, mode is dash times the median. The given options are option A 3, option B 2, option C 2 by 3, option D 3 by 2. So then how to solve this one? So we know that what is the relationship between mean, median, mode? Mode is equal to, mode means Z. Mode is denoted by the letter Z. Z is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. In question what they given? Median is twice the mean. Median is twice the mean means median is equal to 2 mean. Median is twice the mean means median is equal to 2 mean. So that is, and substitute this instead of 2x bar in the 2x bar place manam em raayachandi median right. So median raste, then mode is equal to 3 median minus median. 3 median minus median means 2 median. 2 median. And the mode is twice the median. Mode is twice the median, and the mode is dash times the median. Mode is dash times the median means 2 times. Mode is 2 times the median. So correct option for this question, the correct option is B. Answer is 2 times the median. Clear? And next one. Next question is also related to mean, median, mode. That is problem number 6. Problem number 6. So what is the given data? So given mean means x bar value is given, that is 70.20, calculate 70.20, right. So the next question, sixth question, given that mean is 70.20 and mode is 70.50, then median is expected to be. The given options are option A 70.15, option B 70.20, option C 70.30, option D 70.35. Now this question is also related to relationship between mean, median, mode. And given that x bar is equal to 70.20 and mode z is equal to 70.50, mode is z means mode, that is 70.50, then what is median? Calculate as in the median. And we know that what is the relationship between mean, median, mode? Mode is equal to z is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. That is the relation. Mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Now here what is the given data? So mode value is given, that is 70.50 is equal to 3 median minus 2 into what is mean? 70.20. Now simplify this one. 70.20 into 2, that is 140.4 plus 70.50. Its value is 210.9. That means 3 median is equal to 210.9. Then median is equal to 210.9 by 3. 210.9 divided by 3. That is 70.3. So finally we got median value. That median value is 70.3. Then correct option for this question, the correct option is C. Clear? That is sixth question. Now the seventh question. So we completed 6 problems. Next, the 7th problem is related to median. 7th problem is related to median. 7th problem is related to median. So what is the given problem? The median value of the set of observations, the given set of observations. For the set of observations, calculate the median value. So first I am writing given data. Given observations. What are the given observations? 48, 36, 72, 87, 19, 66, 56 and 91. These are the given observations. Then what is its median value? The median value calculate cheyalante, before that first we arrange the given data in ascending order. What is ascending order here? Ascending order means increasing order. The first observation is 19. First observation is 19. And the second observation after 19, next one is 36. After 36, next one is 48. 48. After 48, the next one is 56. 56. After 56, next one is 66. Next one 72. Next one 87. And next one and last one is 91. See, total how many observations are given? Total 8 observations are given. So it is even number. If n is even number, then how to calculate median? If n is even number, then median is average of middle two observations. So what are the middle two observations? Middle two observations are 56 and 66. Then what is its average value? 56 plus 66 by 2. So 56 plus 66 by 2. Then what is its value? 110, 122. 122 by 2. 122 by 2, that is 61. So for this data, the median value is 61. Then correct option is C. Correct option is C. అయితే మనకి ఫైనల్ ఎగ్జామ్లో వాడు ఏం చేశాడంటే ఆఫ్టర్ 19 ఈ కామా ఇవ్వలేదండి. కామా ఇవ్వకుండా బై మిస్టేక్ ఏం పడిందంటే ఫుల్ స్టాప్ పడింది. అంటే ఇది 19.66. కొంతమంది స్టూడెంట్స్ 19.66 వేసుకొని సాల్వ్ చేసినట్టున్నారు. కొంతమంది అలా మిస్టేక్ చేశారు. అది ఫుల్ స్టాప్ కాదండి, కామా. ఫుల్ స్టాప్ కాదు, కామా. అంటే ఇలా మనం కామా తీసుకుంటేనే మనకి మీడియన్ వాల్యూ 66 వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ కొంతమంది స్టూడెంట్స్ మిస్టేక్ చేశారండి. ఓకేనా, రైట్. అంటే అది స్టూడెంట్ మిస్టేక్ కాదు, అది వాడు క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ఇవ్వటం అనేది మిస్టేక్. కామా ఇవ్వాల్సింది ఫుల్ స్టాప్ ఇచ్చేసాడు. ఓకేనా, అంటే ఇక్కడ కొంత కన్ఫ్యూజన్ లో వాడు స్టూడెంట్ కొంత ఇబ్బంది పడ్డారు ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్ సాల్వ్ చేయడానికి. ఓకే, సరే, ఎనీహౌ ఫర్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ ద మీడియన్ వాల్యూ ఇస్ 61. This is 7th one. Now 8th question. On the 7th question in our material, page number 1.11 and problem number 36 and problem number 36. This is also similar question. And in model lo kuda మన material lo number of problems ఉన్నాయి, but numbers different, but method is same. Right, that is 7th one. Now 8th question is the theory question is given. The theory question is, for a data having odd number of values, the difference between the first and middle value is equal to difference between the last and middle value. Similarly, the difference between the second and middle value is equal to difference between second, last and middle value, and so on. Therefore, the middle value is equal to. For this question, the given options are option A, half of the range, option B, half of the standard deviation, option C, mode, option D, mean. Then what is correct option? What is the given data? For a data having odd number of values, here we are taking first five odd numbers. First five odd numbers. What are the first five odd numbers? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are the first five odd numbers. In question, what they said? The difference between first and middle value. The difference between first and middle value. So what is it? This is the middle value and this is first value. What is the difference between these two? The difference between these two is 4. The difference between first and middle value is equal to difference between the last and middle value. Then what is last value? 9. What is middle value? Middle value is 4. What is the difference here? 4. So the difference between first and middle value is equal to difference between the last and middle value. Both are equal. And also given the difference between second and middle value. Difference between second and middle value. Here what is the difference here? Difference is 2. the difference between second and middle value is equal to difference between second last and middle value. And ఈ రెండిటి మధ్య difference కూడా equal. And in question the given statement format. ఆ statement format question ని in terms of numbers లో రాస్తే ఈ format వస్తుంది. So the difference between first and middle value is equal to difference between the last and middle value. Similarly, the difference between second and middle value is equal to difference between second, last and middle value. Then, therefore, the middle value is equal to, middle value means here what? Middle value and here fifth. That middle value is equal to, what is option A? Half of the range. So that is the correct option out. What is the range? Range is nothing but difference between last and first observations. Last observation is 9 and first observation is 1. So range is 8. Range is 8. Half of the range means what? 8 by 2. 8 by 2 is 4. But what is middle observation? 5. Middle observation is 5 and option A lo half of the range ante 4 ochindi. And half of the range kaadu. Next, half of the standard deviation kaadandi. Mode code answer kaadu because no observation is repeated. So mode code answer kaadu. Then answer is mean. Sir, answer mean ela avutundi sir. Answer entante mean ela avutundante what is the mean of these 5 observations? And we know that the mean of odd numbers is n. The mean of odd numbers is n. So here what is the value of n? N is 5. N is 5. Or you can apply, we can solve this problem in another method also. Your observations are in AP. A common difference. What is a common difference here? Common difference is 2. Here observations are in AP lo unnai with common difference 2. So when observations are in AP, then x bar is equal to, how to calculate x bar? Average of first and last observation. Here the first observation is 1, last observation is 9 by 2. First observation plus last observation by 2, 10 by 2. 10 by 2 is 5. And the average value is 5. Middle observation is 5. Therefore, answer for this question, answer is mean. Answer is mean. Clear? So correct option is D. Correct option is D. Now ninth question. 100 participants expressed their opinion or recommending a new product to their friends using the attribute. This is the keyword. Attribute means what? Qualitative data. Attribute means what? Non-measurable data. For that attributes data we use two averages. One is median and second one is mode. Most unlikely, not sure, likely, most likely, the appropriate measure of central tendency that can be used here. So what are the given options? Mean, mode, GM, HM. And ఈ క్వశ్చన్ లో వాడు ఏమని చెప్తున్నాడంటే, వాడు సపోజ్ నేనే అనుకోండి, నేను మార్కెట్లో ఒక న్యూ ప్రోడక్ట్ లాంచ్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నా. నేనేం చేస్తానంటే మా ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఒక 100 స్టూడెంట్స్, 100 మెంబర్స్, 100 పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి వాళ్ళ ఒపీనియన్ కలెక్ట్ చేస్తాను బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ ప్రోడక్ట్. వాళ్ళ ఒపీనియన్స్ లో మోస్ట్ లైక్లీ అండ్ ద ఒపీనియన్స్ లో ఏం తీసుకున్నా మోస్ట్ లైక్లీ అండ్ మోస్ట్ అన్లైక్లీ, నాట్ షూర్, లైక్లీ, లైక్ దట్ దే గివెన్ ఒపీనియన్స్. వాళ్ళ ఒపీనియన్స్ 100 పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ యొక్క ఒపీనియన్స్ కలెక్ట్ చేస్తాం మనం. ఆ ఒపీనియన్స్ లో ఒపీనియన్స్ అంటే ఇక్కడ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ అట్రిబ్యూట్. అట్రిబ్యూట్ మీన్స్ వాట్? క్వాలిటేటివ్ డేటా. సో ఫర్ దట్ క్వాలిటేటివ్ డేటా వి యూజ్ మీడియన్ ఆర్ మోడ్. అంటే మనకి ఇచ్చిన ఆప్షన్స్ లో GM, HM అని ఇచ్చారు. GM, HM ఆర్ నాట్ యూజ్డ్ ఫర్ అట్రిబ్యూట్స్. GM, HM ఆర్ స్ట్రిక్ట్లీ యూజ్డ్ ఫర్ మ్యాథమెటికల్ క్వాంటిటేటివ్ డేటాస్. క్వాంటిటేటివ్ డేటాస్ యూజ్ చేస్తాము, నాట్ ఫర్ క్వాలిటేటివ్ డేటాస్. కాబట్టి GM, HM అనేవి ఆన్సర్స్ కాదండి. మరి ఆప్షన్ ఏ ఇస్ గివెన్ మీన్. మీన్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో మ్యాథమెటికల్ యావరేజ్, నాట్ పొజిషనల్ యావరేజ్. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకి ఆప్షన్స్ లో ఏమి ఇచ్చాడంటే మీను, జిఎం హెచ్ఎం ఇచ్చారు. మీను జిఎం హెచ్ఎం అనేవి అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ యూస్ చేయమండి, ఓన్లీ మోడ్ మాత్రమే యూస్ చేస్తాం. దట్ సెకండ్ ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ ఏంటంటే మోస్ట్ లైక్లీ. మోడ్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ మోస్ట్ రిపీటెడ్ వాల్యూ. అంటే ఇక్కడ మోస్ట్ లైక్లీ ఆర్ మోస్ట్ అన్లైక్లీ అని ఇచ్చాడు. ఇక్కడ మోడ్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ మోస్ట్ రిపీటెడ్ వాల్యూ. కాబట్టి ఆ కాంటెస్ట్ లో కూడా దీనికి ఆన్సర్ మనం మోడ్ అని తీసుకోవచ్చు అండి. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం మోడ్ అని ఆన్సర్ చేయడానికి 2 రీజన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఫస్ట్ రీజన్ ఈస్ ది క్వశ్చన్ దే క్లియర్లీ స్పెసిఫైడ్ అట్రిబ్యూట్. Attribute means that is related to qualitative data. For that qualitative data we use median and mode. ఈ ఇచ్చిన given options లో median is not given, only mode is given. That's why answer is mode. The remaining three averages are mathematical averages. Those averages are not used for qualitative data. That's why correct answer is mode. Right. So the correct answer is mode and so correct one is mode. Okay, right. So now these are the questions based on measures of central tendency. ఇవి measures of central tendencies మీద అడిగినటువంటి questions అండి. Now come to next chapter. So next chapter is measures of dispersion. Next question is measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion. This is 10th one. Measures of dispersion అంటే ఈ చాప్టర్ నుంచి only one question is given. From this chapter they given only one question. Actually we expected more questions, but they given only one question. That question is based upon coefficient of range. Coefficient of range formula మీద అడిగాడండి. So what is the formula for coefficient of range? Coefficient of range. The formula for coefficient of range is largest observation L minus smallest observation S by L plus S into 100. It is the formula for coefficient of range. L minus S by L plus S into 100. L is largest observation, S is smallest observation. The given problem is the marks secured by 5 students in a subject are 82, 73, 69, 84 and 66. Now these are the given observations. One student or 5 students marks were given. 5 students, one subject marks were given. First student got 82, second student got 73, third student got 69, 84 and 66. What is the coefficient of range? The given options are 0.12, 12, 120 and 0.012. So here in the given data, the largest observation value is 84. Largest observation is 84 and the smallest observation value is 66. So 84 minus 66 by 84 plus 66 into 100. Now simplify this one. 84 minus 66, its value is 18 by 84 plus 66, its value is 150 into 100. So 18 divided by 150 into 100, its value is 12. Its value is 12. And for this question, the coefficient of range is 12. Coefficient of range is 12. Then correct option is B. Correct option is B. Right. Now 11th question. This is measures of dispersion question and a second chapter question. Only one question is given. Now come to third chapter. That is correlation. Third chapter is correlation. Correlation chapter nunchi in this chapter they given only one question. Third chapter is correlation. In this chapter they given only one question. That too theory question is given. That theory question is based upon the scatter diagram. So what is the given question? If the data points of x comma y series on a scatter diagram lie along a straight line that goes down as x values move from left to right, then the data exists dash correlation. Given options are option A direct correlation, option B imperfect indirect correlation, option C indirect correlation, option D imperfect direct correlation. Then which is correct option? So em cheptadu question lo in scatter diagram we plot x and y values. Ikkada x values plot chesam, here we plot y values. At the plotted points, these are the plotted points, and these plotted points are starting from left top. Plotted points are starting from left top to ends with the right bottom. And ఈ plotted points అన్ని ఎక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి అంట లెఫ్ట్ టాప్ లో స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి రైట్ బాటమ్ లో ఎండ్ అవుతుంటే దట్ correlation is called negative correlation. This negative correlation is also known as indirect correlation. This negative correlation is also known as what? Indirect correlation. In scatter diagram, the plotted points are starting with left top, and the points ekkada start avutunayi left top lo start ayyi ends with the right bottom. So points are plotting with the left top, ends with the right bottom, then that correlation is called negative correlation. That negative correlation is also known as what? Indirect correlation. That's why correct answer is indirect correlation. Right. This is the question. Question my correlation adigadante. Next one is next chapter regression. ఈ చాప్టర్ నుంచి they given 3 questions. ఈ చాప్టర్ నుంచి 3 questions అడిగాడండి. From this chapter 3 questions are given. The first question means in order, that is 12th question. This is easiest question and expected question. The regression coefficients remains unchanged due to option A shift of origin, option B shift of scale, option C always, option D never. In final examination every year definitely they will ask origin and scale property question. Here the regression coefficients remains unchanged. Regression coefficients origin scale property, origin not affected and the scale is affected. So origin not affected and the scale is affected. Here the question is remains unchanged. Unchanged means shift of origin. It is unchanged with shift of origin. Origin not affected. That's why correct option. Correct option. Origin not affected. Origin not affected. Origin is not affected. That's why correct option is A. Correct option is A. ఇది మన మెటీరియల్ లో డైరెక్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ అండి. పేజ్ నెంబర్ 4.6. పేజ్ నెంబర్ 4.6 బిట్ నెంబర్ 8 direct question is given. Direct question is given. So page number 4.6 bit number 8 direct question is given. That question is related to origin and scale. Next one, 13th one. This 13th one is problem. Problem is given. This is also expected question. ఈ ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చేసి in our material page number 4.5. Page number 4.5. Problem number 25. Problem number 25. Similar problem is given. అంటే డైరెక్ట్ గా యాస్టీస్ నంబర్స్ అవుతే అడగలేదు, కానీ సిమిలర్ క్వశ్చన్. అంటే ఈ ప్రాబ్లం నెంబర్ 25 కనుక మీరు సాల్వ్ చేస్తుంటే ఈ ప్రాబ్లం ఈజీగా ఆన్సర్ చేయొచ్చు అండి. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద గివెన్ ప్రాబ్లం? ఫర్ ఎనీ టూ వేరియబుల్స్ ఎక్స్ అండ్ వై ద రిగ్రెషన్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఆర్ గివెన్ యాజ్. దే గివెన్ టూ రిగ్రెషన్ ఈక్వేషన్స్. The given regression equations, the first regression equation 2x plus 5y minus 9 is equal to 0. We assume that this is first equation, and the second equation is 3x minus 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. We assume that is second equation. What are the arithmetic mean of x and y? Arithmetic mean of x means x bar and arithmetic mean of y means y bar. అంటే ఏం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలంటే x bar y bar values calculate చేయాలి. And the given options are option A 2,1, option B 1,2, option C 4,2 and option D 2,4. Sir, how to solve this one? Simple. And we know that the two regression equations are intersect at the point x bar and y bar. The two regression equations are intersect at the point x bar and y bar. And the two regression equations a point దగ్గర intersect అవుతాయి అని చెప్తామంటే its arithmetic means x bar and y bar. అంటే సింపుల్ గా ఇక్కడ ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని టూ మెథడ్స్ లో చేయొచ్చండి. The first and easiest method ఏంటంటే it's better to go for verification method. In option A they given 2,1 and x bar is 2 and y bar is 1. Now substitute these two numbers in the place of x and y. Substitute చేసాం అనుకోండి 2 into 2 4 plus 5 into 1 5 4 plus 5 9 9 minus 9 is equal to 0. Option equation number 1 is satisfied. Now equation number 2 3 into 2 6 6 minus 1 5 5 minus 5 0. Second equation is also satisfied. And option A satisfies the two equations. Then x bar is 2 and y bar is 1. This is verification method. Option A మాత్రమే two equations ని satisfy చేస్తుందండి. and let us check with option B also. Option B కూడా check చేసుకుంటే x bar is 1, x is 1 and y is 2. 2 into 1 2 plus 5 into 2 10, 2 plus 10 14, 14 minus 9 not equal to 0. And option B, option C, option D are not satisfies these two equations. Option A only satisfies these two equations. That's why x bar value is 2 and y bar value is 1. That is one method. And the second method is just x bar instead of x and y, you can write x bar and y bar. X y place lo మీరు x bar y bar రాస్తే these two equations becomes 2x bar plus 5y bar minus 9 is equal to 0 and 3x bar minus y bar minus 5 is equal to 0. By solving those two equations, we get x bar and y bar values. ఈ టూ ఈక్వేషన్స్ మీరు సాల్వ్ చేసిన మీకు ఈ టూ వాల్యూస్ వస్తాయండి. ఎక్స్ బార్ 2 వస్తుంది అండ్ y బార్ వాల్యూ 1 అని వచ్చేస్తుంది. దట్స్ వై x బార్ అండ్ y బార్ వాల్యూస్ ఆర్ 2 and 1. దట్ ఈస్ ప్రాబ్లం నంబర్ 13. నౌ ప్రాబ్లం నంబర్ 14 తీసుకుంటే దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో రిగ్రెషన్. The intersecting point of two lines falls at x-axis. If the mean of x value is 16, the standard deviation of x and y are respectively 3 and 4. Then the mean of y value is the given options. Option A 16 by 3, option B 4, option C 0, option D 1. So ఇప్పుడు ఏమని చెప్తున్నాడంటే the two regression lines falls at x axis and the two regression lines falls at x axis. అంటే మనకు తెలిసింది ఏంటంటే two regression lines are intersect at the point x bar and y bar. Here the intersection point ఏమని చెప్తున్నాడంటే x axis అని చెప్తున్నాడు. This is the intersection point x bar and y bar అని చెప్తున్నాడు. The two regression lines are intersected at x axis అండి. అంటే ఎక్కడ ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి అంటే x axis మీద ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి. That intersection point is x bar and y bar. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకి x value వస్తుంది కానీ y value రాదు. Here x value, we get some x value, but what about y? Y is 0. Because these two lines are intersect at x axis, that's why y is 0. Y value is 0. If y value is 0, then y bar is also 0. If y is 0, then y bar is also 0. And then what is mean of y? Then mean of y bar is equal to 0 because y is 0. Sir, y ఎందుకు 0 అని చెప్పి తీసుకుంటున్నామంటే these two lines are intersect at x అండి. These two lines are intersect at x axis. ఈ రెండు ఎక్కడ ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి? x axis మీద ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి. That's why y is 0. If y is 0, then what about y bar? Y bar is also 0. Y bar means what? Mean of y. Mean of y is also 0. That's why mean of y is 0. So these are the three questions. ఇవి రిగ్రెషన్ మీద అడిగినటువంటి 3 questions అండి. Okay. So after regression, the next chapter is index numbers. Now in this chapter, each chapter నుంచి మనకి ఎగ్జామ్ లో 5 questions అడిగాడండి. 5 questions అడిగాడు. ఇండెక్స్ నెంబర్స్ చాప్టర్ నుంచి 5 questions అడిగాడు. And 4 questions are theory, 1 is problem. 4 questions are related to theory and 1 question is problem. So next 15th question. So 14 completed. Now 15th question is related to time reversal test and condition for time reversal test. So what is the condition for time reversal test? P01 into P 1 0 is equal to 1. P01 into P10 is equal to 1. That is the condition for time reversal test. ఈ time reversal test మీద ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అడిగాడండి. So what is the given question? P01 and P10 and P01 are the index for 1 and 0 and 0 and 1 respectively. Then the formula P01 into P10 is equal to 1 is used for. The options are option A unit test, option B time reversal test, option C factor reversal test, option D circular test. This is direct question. So ఈ క్వశ్చన్ మనకి డైరెక్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ ఇచ్చేస్తాడండి. ఇది మన మెటీరియల్ లో కూడా డైరెక్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ యాస్టేజ్ క్వశ్చన్ ఇచ్చేస్తాడు మెటీరియల్ లోది. సో మన మెటీరియల్ లో పేజ్ నంబర్ 5.18 పేజ్ నంబర్ 5.18 బిట్ నంబర్ 44 బిట్ నంబర్ 44 డైరెక్ట్ బిట్ అండి. డైరెక్ట్ బిట్ ఇది అందరూ ఆన్సర్ చేసేయచ్చు. టైం రివర్సల్ టెస్ట్ కండిషన్ బిట్. నౌ నెక్స్ట్ వన్ 16th question. This question is also theory. The three index numbers, namely last price, Pasch's and Fisher, do not satisfy dash test. So given options are option A time reversal, option B factor reversal, option C unit test, option D circular test. ఇది కూడా డైరెక్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ ఏనండి. ఇది మన మెటీరియల్ లో పేజ్ నంబర్ 5.32 పేజ్ నంబర్ 5.32 బిట్ నంబర్ 44 direct question. So sir, what is the answer? So last price and Pasch's Fisher index numbers are not satisfies circular test and circular test is not satisfied by last price index number, Pasch's index number and Fisher index number. So that's why correct answer is circular test. Then correct option is D. Next one, 17th question is related to problem, Fisher index number problem. From the following data, they given commodities like A, B, C, D. 4 commodity base prices are given. The base prices are 4, 5, 7, 2. Base quantities are given like 3, 4, 2, 3. Current prices are given P1 6, 9, 1. Current quantities are given 2, 4, 2, 5. Then what is Fisher index number? What is the formula for Fisher index number? And the formula for Fisher index number is P01 Fisher F5. So Fisher index number formula is root over L into P, root over last price into Pasch's. So first we calculate last price index number. What is the formula for last price index number? So P01 last price summation P1 Q0 by summation P0 Q0 into 100. It is the formula for last price Sunday. So first we calculate P1 Q0 values. Now P1 values are multiplied with Q0. So P1 Q0 means 6 into 3 18. Next 6 into 4, 24. 9 into 2, 18. And 1 into 3, 3. Now its total value, summation P1Q0. What is its total value? 21, 24, 45, 45, 18, 63, 63. So this numerator value we got 63 by what is denominator? Denominator is what? P0 Q0. P0 into Q0. Now multiply first two columns. P0 into Q0. So 4 into 3, 12. 5 into 4, 20. 7 into 2, 14. And 2 into 3, 6. Now what is its total value? That is 20, 52. 52. Its total value is 52. And 63 by 52 into 100. It gives, what is its value? 63 divided by 52 into 100. Its value is 121. 121.153. Then after that, calculate Pasch's price index number. The formula for Pasch's price index number, Pasch's, what is its formula? Summation P1Q1 by summation P0Q1 into 100. Then first what we calculate? P1Q1. Then what are the values of P1Q1? P1Q1 means multiplied with the last two columns, that is 12, 24 and 18 and 5. 18 and 5. Now what is its total value? P1Q1 12, 24, 18, 5. This is 23, 24, 47 and 47. So its value is 12 plus, 24 plus, 18 plus and 5. It gives the total value is 59. So numerator value is 59. And what is denominator value? So denominator is P0 into Q0. P0 into Q1. So P0 into Q1 means multiplied with first and last columns. Multiplied with first and last columns. So P0 into Q1 values. P0 into Q1. That means 4 into 2, 8. Next one 5 into 4, 20. Next one 7 into 2, 14. Next 2 into 5, 10. Then what is its total value? 30. 30 plus 14, 44. 44 plus 8. 44 plus 8, 52. So 59 by 52 into 100. Then it gives 59 by 52 into 100 and its value is 113.461. And this is the value of Pasch's index number and this is the value of last price index number. Then Fisher index number P01 is equal to root over last price into Pasch's. Last price value is 121.153 and Pasch's index number is 113.461. Then it gives 121.153 and applying root it gives 117.24. 117.24. Then approximately we take 117.30. Then correct option So for this problem, the correct option is A. Correct option is A. And for this data, the Fisher index number value is 117.24.